Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Eddie, and I'm sorry I haven't been here for a while. I've been busy going up and doing certain things, but I'm here today, and I'll take you through a picture that I edited for a makeup artist. And yeah, so I'll take you through the frequency separation that I did for the picture, and then let's see what will come out with. I'll try and separate this video into about 3 parts. So I'll show you the full edit, because the full edit is a bit long and it will take you so much time and you'll be bored, so I'll keep it in 3 parts. So this is the image from camera, straight from camera, and this is what you got after Lightroom tweaks. So I'll show you what I did in the Lightroom tweaks and stuff like that. So I shot this image at f4, so it was a bit sharp, and so I gave it a bit of the exposure. I increased the exposure quite a bit, and then give it some contrast as well, because a little bit flat. It was kind of flat. You know, when you're shooting raw, it's a bit flat. So yeah, another tip: try to shoot in raw always. Always shoot in raw if you know you are coming to edit as much as this. When you want to shoot JPEGs, you know that maybe they're not so important, but this is a commissioned work for a makeup artist, so I shot in raw. So yeah, from the exposure I gave it some contrast, then highlights, okay, then the dehaze, then I came to the colors, the HSL panel. I reduced the reds, reduced the yellows, and then the oranges as well, because the oranges and yellows are a bit too much in the skin and they make it a bit unpleasing. Then I came down to the noise. I moved a bit of noise. Even though this image is as sharp as possible, I just like to take out any noise at all that's in the image. Took out some noise and added some colors. Took out chromata aberration and stuff like that, and exported the image to Photoshop. So here we are in Photoshop. The image, it's here. I run a frequency separation action on it that separates the skin into 2 layers, the high frequency and then the low frequency. So the high frequency takes out the textures of the skin, the low frequency takes out the colors of the skin. And then the high frequency separation, it's where you can take out all the textures and all the blemishes. So I took out all the blemishes in the skin with the high frequency, and then did the other one in the low frequency. Try to smoothen out the skin and then even out the tones in the low frequency. So yeah, this is me taking out blemishes from the skin. I try to add up 3 tools to take out the blemishes. That is the clone stamp tool, the clone stamp tool, sorry, the spot remover, and then the patch tool. So at a certain point in time, I use the patch tool. Some point I use the clone stamp tool, and the other point I use the spot remover. The spot remover, I use it mostly for hair, to take out all the hairs that maybe are dancing around, baby hairs that are flying away and stuff like that, flying around the images that are falling to certain places that I do not really like. So I use the spot remover to take out that, and then use the clone stamp to take out most of the blemishes, and then the part tool at certain points take out some other stubborn ones that will not really go with the clone stamp tool. So yeah, so this is a speed retouch of it. I hope you get the idea. Spot healing brush, clone stamp tool, and then the patch tool. So I'll be back after that. So now you're back to the low frequency. In the low frequency area layer, I use the mixer brush to even out the tones. Okay, there are some places with a bit of shadows and a bit of highlight, like they go overboard, so I use the mixer brush to smoothen it and bring it back to a nice level where I could now do my own thing on it. So the mixer brush tool is, I use it to smoothen out the, or even out the tones, and then a bit of smoothing the skin as well. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. So as you can see, I'm brushing all over the skin, but keep in mind the mixer brush tool has a tendency of bringing colors from one place to another. So when you're brushing in the highlights, brush only in the highlights. When you're brushing in the shadows, brush only in the shadows. When you try to brush over two layers, it will bring stuff from one place to the other. So you're brushing the shadows and bring to the highlights, it will bring a bit of the shadows into the highlights, and we don't want that. We want to keep our highlights in the highlights and our shadows in our shadows. That's the best way to use the mixer brush tool. Then your picture will be looking very good, and that you have a bit of highlights and shadows crossing, and then it will to make the skin unmatched. Yes, it will make the skin unmatched. But when you keep your highlights in your highlight, I mean brushing your highlights in the highlights alone, and then your shadows where the shadows are alone, you can have a very good starting point before you can go on to dodge and burn, where you have the skin tones, I mean, evenly matched, before you can do the biggest thing with the dodge and burn. So yeah, keep your shadows in the shadows and keep your highlights in the highlights. So this is a speed touch of that also, and I will see you after that. You can check out my settings, mixer, the mixer brush tool settings, flow 30, low 30, mix it at 10, and then see the box and those things on the right hand side, then how to use them. The mixer brush tool has to be very soft. The hardness of the tool is at 0 guys, 0. Very soft brush, so that it wouldn't make the skin too soft like a doll. You have to keep the skin as natural as possible. Yeah, so I think this is it. I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up if this helped you in a way. I don't know, it may have, may not have, because this is for beginners, not for pros. So if it helped you in a way, like, let me know, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. I pray I'm able to do more of this now that this lockdown has happened. So I'll see you later. Bye.